Good evening. So today I'm going to share you on how to make double exposure in just 3 minutes. So the 3 minutes comes in the way of making it, but the process of selecting pictures, you should spend a lot of time there. I already spend my time, so that's why I choose. So there are a lot of pictures that doesn't make sense for double exposure. At the same time, there are pictures like this that makes sense to you because there's a darker area which I'm choosing towards his head. That is where I want the pictures to be exposed on top. So basically, if you have a darker image, the lighter one goes on top of it when you run through different templates of blending mode. Maybe you could use this. Check this out. So I opened this picture and I'm copying it, Control A and Control C, and I'm going to that window, the same photos beginning. And Control V is pasting. So I go to transform tool where I'm going to transform, right click and free transform and make it small, and somewhat place it as good as his head. So yeah, and then this is where it all you figure out that this is the second picture making a sync and give you a feel as a double exposure. So you choose the blending mode and you go to different, there's many different blending modes that you can try, but mostly it's lighten or light to color, things like that goes perfectly with double exposure. So you could try this. There's lighten or light to color much perfect, and reduce the opacity so you can see how it looks like in a transparent way. And you take the rubber, or maybe you just fill this top black area here. You see there's a black area, so you expand it, and there's a neck area, you expand that too, and you rotate maybe a little bit. So I want it to be here, be something like this. So yeah, I still feel this photo is not that much of a sync. This doesn't make me feel good. And you take the rubber and you start erasing it from here. So that's how you make a kind of double exposure feelings. But still, this doesn't looks good for me. I want to try for another picture. You know, this is almost this is how you do it, double exposure. But I still feel like we should try another picture. So yeah, I'm disabling this layer and I'm going back to the foot picture that I was working before. So yeah, this is how. So yeah, so I wanted to use this image, so Control A and Control C, going back to the same tab, and Control V, and right click, free transform, Control minus for zoom out, and then you make it a similar size as of the head, and then slowly, yeah, you feel it's all pinned up. And then yeah, go to the blending option again. You go to different blending options, you figure out that the lighter color suits much better when it comes to double exposure kind of feelings. Yeah, and then again the same thing, you're gonna rub it off. The more you zoom in, the more better you could be in rubbing, in erasing, because you're trying to feather stuffs out. So you reduce the opacity, the hardness of the rubber. Also, a little bit of opacity could flow, and things like that could make it little mass feeling, or a kind of feathered feeling. uh, you know yeah, I like that ball bulging out of his head. Let it be there. So there is a half piece here, you rub this off, and there's a half piece here, you rub that off. So now it's something like this, you know and even all this you could rub it off. So now what I feel is that now I think I should rub this also too. So I'm rubbing it off. Yeah, I feel there's a trouble when it comes to, when you have two pictures in different tones, and this is pretty warm tone, the one which we applied just now, and the one in the background is pretty cool tone. So we gotta try making it into warm tone. So what we do is you choose the layer, the background layer, it's here, and you basically go to camera filter, and you try to make it like a little warmer, maybe a warmer. From here you go to the split toning, and you go to highlights, and you increase the warm, increase the tone. That might be looking similar to the orangish extra layer we just added. So this is almost like that, almost, we could say. Yeah, and now we apply on top of it, and again we can still go for some color balance, make it look a little more sync with the picture that we applied. Yeah, so now again a little more basic correction, and we are almost done with it. So like this, and at the same time you want to reduce, you choose the upper layer, and maybe reduce a little bit of saturation, and you go a little more yellowish because the background tone is something like that. So what you try to do is you make sure you try to sync both the images into a single color tone, so that gives a perfect sync for the picture. Yeah, so that's how you could do it. And then what you gotta do is you gotta merge both the layers, merge down, and it becomes one image, such that you create a single picture feeling from the double exposure. So yeah, check it out. This is how it looks in black and white. And I have another reference where I've done something like this, and something like this. If you don't choose the right pictures, it looks like this, and it looks like this. You can even change this tone into, choose it, and make sure you change the saturation to something like this. I mean a little yellowish. What if it syncs up, or make it bluish, and we'll try making this, I mean our background image, a little more bluer, or warmer. Maybe we choose the cooling filter here, and you go for the cooling things, but still no, it's not making it up. So maybe choose the right color palettes, and yeah, something like that, something like that, but it's still not making up. So you go back, you reduce the saturation, and you get feeling like this, and then again you sync both the layers together, and you go somewhere like shadow highlight, and you get that exposed feeling. Yeah, so there's various ways that you can do, double exposure, but this is just one of it, and this is my way of doing it. So yeah, guys, have fun, make art, make stupid stuffs look beautiful. Anyway, nice talking to you. Thank you. Vroom.